M270-1 Reduced Range Practice Rocket, RRPR, with blunt nose. Range reduced to 9 kilometers, 5.6 mi. Production ceased in favor of the M270-2. 6 M270-2 Low-Cost Reduced Range Practice Rocket, LCRRPR, with blunt nose. Range reduced to 9 kilometers, 5.6 mi. 7 at 2 German M26 variant carrying 28 at 2 anti-tank mines. Range, 1538 kilometers, 9.323.6 mi. GMLRS, edit. Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, GMLRS. Rockets have a GPS-aided inertial navigation system and extended range. Flight control is accomplished by 4 forward-mounted canards driven by electromechanical actuators. GMLRS rockets were introduced in 2005 and can be fired from the M270-1 and M270-2, the European M270-1 variants, British Army M270B1, German Army Mars 2, French Army Lance Roquette Unitaire, LRU, Italian Army MLRS Improved, MLRSI, Finnish Army M270D1, and the lighter M142 Mars launchers. M30 rockets have an area effects warhead, while M31 rockets have a unitary warhead, but the rockets are otherwise identical. By December 2021, 50,000 GMLRS rockets had been produced, with yearly production then exceeding 9,000 rockets. Each rocket pod contains 6 identical rockets. The cost of an M31 missile is estimated at $500,000, though this may be the export price, always higher than the amount charged to the U.S. Army. According to the U.S. Army's budget, it will pay about $168,000 for each GMLRS in 2023. Both Lockheed Martin and the U.S. Army report that the GMLRS has a maximum range of 70+ km, 43+ mi. According to a U.S. Department of Defense document, the maximum demonstrated performance of a GMLRS is 84 km, 52 mi, a figure also reported elsewhere. Another source reports a maximum range of about 90 km, 56 mi. In 2009, Lockheed Martin announced that a GMLRS had been successfully test-fired 92 km, 57 mi. During the Russo-Ukrainian War, Russian forces have relied on electronic warfare to jam GPS signals. The inertial navigation system is immune to jamming, but less accurate than when paired with GPS coordinates and can miss the target. Ukraine attempted to mitigate the jamming by changes to the software and attacking Russian jamming systems by artillery. 1 M30 rockets carrying 404 Pike M101 submunitions. Range, 1592 km, 9.357.2 mi. 3,936 produced between 2004 and 2009. Production ceased in favor of the M30A1. The remaining U.S. Army M30 rockets have been converted to the M31, unitary warhead, variant. 2 M30A1 rockets with alternative warhead, AW. Range, 1592 km, 9.357.2 mi. The M30's submunitions are replaced with about 182,000 preformed tungsten fragments, to give area effects, but without leaving unexploded submunitions. The system uses a proximity sensor fuse mode with a 10-meter height of burst. Entered production in 2015. 3 M30A2 rockets with alternative warhead, AW. Range, 1592 km, 9.357.2 mi. Improved M30A1 with insensitive munition propulsion system, IMPS. the only M30 variant in production since 2019. 4 M31 rockets with 200-pound, 91 kilograms, high-explosive unitary warhead. Range, 1592 kilometers, 9.357.2 mi. Entered production in 2005. The warhead is produced by General Dynamics and contains 23 kilograms, 51 pound, of PBX-109 high explosive in a steel blast fragmentation case. 5 M31A1 rockets with 200-pound, 91 kilograms, high explosive unitary warhead. Range, 1592 kilometers, 9.357.2 mi. Improved M31 with new multimode fuse that added air burst to the M31's fuse point detonation and delay. 6 M31A2 rockets with 200-pound, 91 kilograms, high explosive unitary warhead. Range, 1592 kilometers, 9.357.2 mi. Improved M31A1 with insensitive munition propulsion system, IMPS. The only M31 variant in production since 2019. 7 M32 Smart German variant produced by Dial Defense carrying 4 smart anti-tank submunitions and new flight software. Developed for Mars 2, but has not been ordered as of 2019, so is not in service. 8 GMLRS rockets with extended range of up to 150 kilometers, 93 mi. Uses a slightly bigger rocket motor, a newly designed hull, and tail-driven guidance, while still being 6 per pod. It will come in unitary and AW variants. The first successful test flight was in March 2021. In early 2021, Lockheed Martin anticipated putting it into its production line in the fiscal year 2023 contract award and was planning to produce the new rockets at its Camden facility. In 2022, Finland became the first foreign customer to order it. GLSDB, edit. Main article, Ground-Launched Small Diameter Bomb. The ground-launched small diameter bomb is a weapon made by Boeing and the Saab Group, who modified Boeing's GBU-39 small diameter bomb, SDB, with the addition of a rocket motor. It has a range of up to 150 kilometers, 93 mi. Atoms, edit. Main article, Atoms. The Army Tactical Missile System, Atoms, is a series of 610 mm surface-to-surface missile, SSM, with a range of up to 300 km, 190 mi. Each rocket pod contains one ATACMS missile. As of 2022, only the M48, M57, and M57E1 remain in the U.S. military's active inventory. 1 M39, ATACMS Block I, missile with inertial guidance. The missile carries 950 M74 anti-personnel and anti-material, APAM, bomblets. Range, 25,165 km, 16,103 mi. 1,650 M39 were produced between 1990 and 1997. When production ceased in favor of the M39A1. During Desert Storm 32 M39 were fired at Iraqi targets, and during Operation Iraqi Freedom a further 379 M39 were fired. The remaining M39 missiles are being updated since 2017 to M57E1 missiles. The M39 is the only ATACMS variant which can be fired by all M270 and M142 variants. 2 M39A1, ATACMS Block IA, missile with GPS-aided guidance. The missile carries 300 M74 anti-personnel and anti-material, APAM, bomblets. Range, 2300 kilometers, 12186 mi. 610 M39A1 were produced between 1997 and 2003. During Operation Iraqi Freedom, 74 M39A1 were fired at Iraqi targets. The remaining M39A1 missiles are being updated since 2017 to M57E1 missiles. The M39A1 and all subsequently introduced ATACMS missiles can only be used with the M270A1, or variants thereof, and the M142. 3 M48, ATACMS Quick Reaction Unitary, QRU, missile with GPS-aided guidance. It carries the 500-pound, 230 kilograms, WDU-18/B penetrating high-explosive blast fragmentation warhead of the U.S. Navy's Harpoon anti-ship missile, which was packaged into the newly designed WAU-23/B warhead section. Range, 7,300 kilometers, 43,186 mi. 176 M48 were produced between 2001 and 2004, when production ceased in favor of the M57. During Operation Iraqi Freedom, 16 M48 were fired at Iraqi targets. A further 42 M48 were fired during Operation Enduring Freedom. The remaining M48 missiles remain in the U.S. Army and U.S. Marine Corps arsenal. 4 M57, ATACMS TACMS 2000, missile with GPS-aided guidance. The missile carries the same WAU-23/B warhead section as the M48. Range, 7,300 kilometers, 43,186 mi. 513 M57 were produced between 2004 and 2013. 5 M57E1, ATACMS Modification, MOD, missile with GPS-aided guidance. The M57E1 is the designation for upgraded M39 and M39A1 with regrained motor, updated navigation and guidance software and hardware, and a WAU-23/B warhead section instead of the M74 APAM bomblets. The M57E1 ATACMS mod also includes a proximity sensor for airburst detonation. Production commenced in 2017 with an initial order for 220 upgraded M57E1. The program is slated to end in 2024 with the introduction of the Precision Strike Missile, PRSM, which will replace the ATACMS missiles in the U.S. arsenal. PRSM, edit. Main article, Precision Strike Missile. The Precision Strike Missile, PRSM, is a new series of GPS-guided missiles, which will begin to replace ATACMS missiles from 2024. PRSM carries a newly designed area effects warhead and has a range of 6499 kilometers, 37,310 mi. PRSM missiles can be launched from the M270A2 and the M142, with rockets pods containing 2 missiles. As of 2022, the PRSM is in low-rate initial production with 110 missiles being delivered to the U.S. military over the year. PRSM will enter operational service in 2023. Reverse engineering, edit. In the Turkish Sage 227 project, a /B/C/D medium-range composite fuel artillery rocket and Sage 227F experimental guided rocket were developed from reverse engineering IMARS missiles due to trust issues in 2019. 1 Turkey Pass Sage 227F, Turkey experimental guided MLRS. GMLRS, developed by Tubatak Sage to replace the M26 rockets. Israeli rockets, edit. Israel developed its own rockets to be used in the Menatids. an upgraded version of the M270 MLRS. One trajectory-corrected rocket, TCS/RAMAM in-flight trajectory corrected for enhanced accuracy. 2 Roramithan, Strong Thunder, an improved version of the TCS/RAMAM, in-flight trajectory corrected for enhanced accuracy, with significantly decreased percentage of duds. British Missiles, edit. As part of the circa £2 billion Land Deep Fires Programme, LDFP, the British Army intends a large-scale modernisation effort of its GMLRS capability involving both an increase in the number of launchers and an expansion in the variety of effectors available. The British Army launchers will be upgraded to the M270A2 standard, and additional launchers will be purchased and upgraded from stockpiles likely from the US for a total of 75 launchers and 10 recovery vehicles. M270A2 will include a number of British-specific upgrades such as new composite rubber tracks, radar and video sensors, as well as the new jointly developed fire control system from the UK, US, Italy, and Finland. Alongside the procurement of GMLRS and the possible procurement of the PRSM, the UK is also developing 2 additional effectors under its one launcher, many payloads concept. One dispensing rocket payload, developed under Technical Demonstrator Programme 5, a UK-designed dispensing payload that replaces the standard warheads for the GMLRS and PRSM. It is capable of deploying small UAVs such as Lockheed Martin UK's Outrider Forester, battle damage assessment, and electronic warfare, or a number of Thales UK's free-fall lightweight multi-role missile, FFLMM, for anti-armour capability. 2 Land Precision Strike, LPS, derived from MBDA UK's Cam and Brimstone products, designed to complement the GMLRS by enabling the engagement of high-value, time-sensitive, and mobile targets out to 8150 km, 47.7-93.2 mi. MBDA graphics show that LPS could be used on a number of platforms including the M270 with an additional vehicle sporting the two-way data link pod, Boxer, as a mission module, or MBDA's iLauncher. French Missiles, edit. Developed by MBDA France and Safran as a candidate for the Fuchs Long Portée Terre, FLPT, or Land Long Range Fires Procurement Programme, the Thundered Guided Artillery Rocket is designed to have a range of 150 km and the ability to be fired from the French version of the M270, the Lance Roquettes Unitaire, LRU. Alternative Warhead Program, edit. In April 2012, Lockheed Martin received a $79.4 million contract to develop a GMLRS incorporating an Alliant Tech Systems-designed alternative warhead to replace Bicam cluster warheads. The AW version is designed as a drop-in replacement with little modification needed to existing rockets. An Engineering and Manufacturing Development, EMD, program was to last 36 months, with the alternative warhead GMLRS expected to enter service in late 2016. The AW warhead is a large airburst fragmentation warhead that explodes 30 feet, 9.1 m, over a target area to disperse penetrating projectiles. Considerable damage is caused to a large area while leaving behind only solid metal penetrators and inert rocket fragments from a 90 kg, 200 pound, warhead containing approximately 182,000 preformed tungsten fragments. The unitary GMLRS also has an airburst option, but while it produces a large blast and pieces of shrapnel, the AW round's small pellets cover a larger area. In May 2013, Lockheed and ATK test-fired a GMLRS rocket with a new cluster munition warhead developed under the Alternative Warhead Program, AWP, aimed at producing a drop-in replacement for bombelets in M30 guided rockets. It was fired by an M142 Mars and traveled 35 kilometers, 22 mi, before detonating. The AWP warhead will have equal or greater effect against material and personnel targets, while leaving no unexploded ordnance behind. In October 2013, Lockheed conducted the third and final engineering development test flight of the GMLRS alternative warhead. 3 rockets were fired from 17 kilometers, 11 mi, away and destroyed their ground targets. The alternative warhead program then moved to production qualification testing. The fifth and final production qualification test, PQT, for the AWGMLRS was conducted in April 2014, firing 4 rockets from Mars at targets 65 kilometers, 40 mi, away. In July 2014, Lockheed successfully completed all developmental test /operational test, DT/OT, flight tests for the AWGMLRS. They were the first tests conducted with soldiers operating the fire control system, firing rockets at mid and long range from Mars. The initial operational test and evaluation, IOT&E, exercise was to be conducted in fall 2014. In September 2015, Lockheed received a contract for Lot 10 production of the GMLRS unitary rocket, which includes the first order for AW production. Specifications, edit. 1. Entered service, 1982, U.S. Army. 2. First use in action, 1991, Gulf War. 3. Crew, 3. 4. Weight loaded, 24,756 kilograms, 54,578 pound. 5. Length, 6.86 meters, 22 feet 6 in. 6. Width, 2.97 meters, 9 feet 9 in. 7. Height, stowed 2.57 m, 8 feet 5 in. 8. Height, maximum elevation not available. 9. Maximum road speed, 64 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour. 10. Cruise range, 480 kilometers, 300 mi. 11. Reload time, 4 minutes, M270, 3 minutes, M270A1. 12. Engine, turbocharged V8 Cummins VTA903 diesel 500 HP V2. 13. Transmission, cross-drive turbo transmission, fully electronically controlled. 14. Average unit cost, $2.3 million per launcher, FI 1990, $168,000 per M31 GMLRS rocket, FI 2023. Operators, edit. Current operators, edit. M270, edit. 1. Egypt, Egyptian Army, 42. 2. Greece, Hellenic Army, 36, ATACMS operational. 3. Japan, Japan Ground Self-Defense Force, 99. 4. Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabian Army, 180. 5. Turkey, Turkish Army, 12, ATACMS BLK-1AM operational. M270A1, edit. 1. Bahrain, Royal Bahraini Army, 9, ATACMS operational. 2. Finland, Finnish Army, 41, M270D1 launchers which will be upgraded to M270A2 variants. 3. France, French Army, 13, European M270A1 variant called Lance Roquettes Unitaire, LRU. 4. Germany, German Army, 114 M270 stored, 40 Mars 2, European M270A1 variant called Mittleries Artillerie Raketen System, Mars 2, it is set to be replaced by the GMARS. 5 Israel, Israeli Ground Forces, 64, called Menotits, Smasher. 6 Italy, Italian Army, 22, European M270A1 variant called MLRS Improved, MLRSI. 7 South Korea, Republic of Korea Army, 58, 48 M270S and 10 M270A1S. ATACMS operational. 8 United Kingdom, British Army, 44, M270A1 variant called M270B1, which includes an enhanced armor package. The UK will increase its operational fleet to 85 by 2030, as well as having more vehicles in reserve. 9 of the UK's M270s will be upgraded to the M270A2 variant through a $32 million program. 9 Ukraine, Ukrainian Army, 16. The United Kingdom, Norway, France, Germany and Italy provided more than 10 systems to Ukraine in 2022. In October 2023, the US donated ATACMS for use in Ukrainian M270 and M142 launchers. M270A2, edit. 1 United States Army, 840 plus 151. 225 M270A1 and 160 M270A2 being delivered. The first M270A2 launcher was delivered the 9th of July 2022. GMLRS and ATACMS operational. Former operators, edit. M270, edit. 1 Denmark, Royal Danish Army, 12. 2 Netherlands, Royal Netherlands Army, 23, retired from service in 2004, 1 displayed in a museum. 3 Norway, Norwegian Army, 12, put in storage in 2005. 3 donated to the United Kingdom to support the corresponding transfer of 3 British M270B1 MLRS to Ukraine. Another 8 donated in May 2023. 4 United States Marine Corps replaced by M142 MAS. See also, edit. 1 M142 MAS, United States, same ammo pod as M270. 2 K239 Chunmoo, South Korea, same ammo pod as M270. 3 T-122 SE carrier, Turkey. 4 Faj-5, Iran. 5 La-160, Israel. 6 Astros 2, Brazil. 7 Pinakar multi-barrel rocket launcher, India. 8 BM-21, Soviet Union. 9 Fath 360, Iran. 10 BM-30 Smerch, Soviet Union. 11 PHL-03, China. 12 TOS-1, Soviet Union, Russia. References, edit. 1 Caret. Jump up to. Voss, Christopher F., ed. 2011.